What is up guys, it is Lely and today Konami have announced, revealed PES 2019 in all its glory. No, they haven't even done that. All they've done is tell us about what we're expecting from the new PES. They haven't shown us a lot of gameplay, barely any gameplay to be honest, but what they have done lads, and we are going to go straight into what I am known for, and that is being the best of the best of the best around, or shall we just say my Club series lads. So we're going to jump into the My Club series and we're going to say what's new there. Straight away when I saw this I thought of FIFA's Weekend League. Lads, they have basically stolen this one from EA, and you know what, fair play to them lads, because it's so popular on FIFA 18 that you have to eventually take it. You just got to put your hands up and take with their best game modes as well. So it's not exactly the same yet. We don't know the full details about when the matches are going to be played, how many matches there are in this league, or this weekly matches. If you look at the bottom lads, it says PES League Weekly Matches is a new feature coming to My Club. Compete against other users within your group, featuring a good balance of people to match up with. So it kind of reminds me of EA's where that's every weekend and it's open up to everyone. But that statement there kind of reminds me of the PES League we got now. So you have Division 1, 2 and 3, and then you get ranked based on people that are in the same divisions like that. So it's not kind of putting everyone together, but you know, it's kind of what it is now. If you already play PES League, you kind of understand what I'm saying, which is why I don't like the ranking system. I'd rather it be that if you're in Division 3 and you have 30 wins out of 40 games, you get, I don't know, 50,000 GP. If you get, you know, 25 wins, you get 45,000 GP. If you get 20 wins, you get 40,000 GP, and so on like that. And you know, a few player spins, a few contracts as well, you know, just to make it a bit easier and a bit more fun to play over the course of the week. So I hope they do something like that rather than it being purely ranking based, because I think that just encourages lag cheaters as well, and it'll kind of throw other people off that aren't lag cheating. They're thinking, if I'm getting constantly lagged against, I'm never going to get a high enough ranking, so it's not worth me playing. So that's something that also needs to be sorted out lads. This cannot be happening with lag cheating, so they surely have to have a system in place for that now, if they're going to put so much emphasis on a weekly online competition. So moving on to the second highlight of the My Club section lads, and I think this is another one straight out from the FIFA 18 playbook. It is Team of the Week players, which these lot call featured players. So if you get 88 rated Coutinho, that's level 30, that's the standard version of Coutinho, yeah? So you can see in the background 88 rated level 30. You can't level players up anymore. That's what I'm guessing lads. They haven't said you can't level them up, but the way you get a leveled up version is if the player performs in real life, like say Coutinho scores a hat-trick, then in the special agent next week he'll become a featured player, and he'll have only that one time there. He'll have a level 44 version that you can get for a week by getting him through the special agents. If he then goes and gets another hat-trick or another couple of goals and an assist in one game, then they'll give him another upgraded card that could be level 50 with an overall rating of 92 or 93. And I hope they just don't do it with one player a week. I hope they do it with, like, you know, a team of the week, so 11 players. So you have an upgraded goalkeeper, upgraded right back, left back, centre backs every week throughout the year, because it's not going to be the best players all the time. Sometimes you get you know, Ryan Shawcross scores 2 goals in one game, and then you get an upgraded version of Ryan Shawcross. So it's not just for the popular players, it'll be for players that, you know, I might like, and it might give me more reasons to spin every week. So if I see, you know, Sadio Mane, not everyone might want him, but that week I might be so desperate to get him because, you know, I'm a Liverpool fan. Same with Bobby Firmino, players like that. So it gives me more of a reason to spin every week rather than just wait for legends and target certain, like El Clasicos and things like that. So that's why I love this idea lads. The reason I think a lot of people might not like it is because I think they might have taken away the ability to just level up anyone or every player in the game available. So that might be the downside of it, but I think this will open up a lot more opportunities. So you get, you know, your player of the weeks, you get player of the month, you get team of the group stages like Champions League, you get team of the tournaments, you know, top goal scorers, top assists, things like that. You know, you can do record breaker cards, so things like that lads. You can do all them sort of things when you have these, you know, possibilities, these sort of features around. Now before we go into the gameplay lads, because they have said, you know, the usual, like, you know, better animations, better ball physics, better first touches, better everything. You know how it works every year lads. If you're new to the PES 19 hype, then, you know, where the hell have you been for the last 10 years of this hype train? But lads, I'm going to show you something, because this is so me. When I watched the trailer lads, I thought, this is what I'm going to come up against lads. Just watch the goalkeeper here lads. The first goalkeeper you see is going to be the one in my goals lads. You can imagine it already. If you've been following me since PES 17, you know exactly how it is. Watch this goalkeeper lads. Look at that. Just looks like a half-assed lazy effort there. And then This is the goalkeeper I'm going to come up against, lads. You know it. You know it's already going to happen, lads. This is going to be me trying to score at the other end. And lads, the best part is, lads, it's not just the goalkeeper. You know, he's made 3 good saves, hits the bar, and then what happens, lads? You know it. The damn referee is going to screw me over. I just can't wait for this to happen again, lads. You know it's going to happen. I've called it already, lads. Months before the game's out, I've called it already. So we're not going to spend too much time talking about the gameplay, but as you can see, lads, they've added 11 new skill traits which will help the player IDs, which I can't knock Konami for that. They're brilliant like that. They have a better player ID than FIFA have ever implemented in their game, and they've topped it up by adding 11 new skill traits. You got the no-look pass, you got the edge turner, God knows what that is. Control loops, I'm guessing that might be to do with something like long-range passing or things like that. Dipping shot and rising shot are self-explanatory, and there's obviously more as well, and that takes the total number up to 39. So lads, can't knock that. They're improving what makes the game unique and taking it to another level. Now this is something I've been enraged about so many times. Hopefully if they do this right, obviously this should tone that down. The amount of times I've played PES and PES 18, shall we say, where there's a defender that's about 5 yards behind him, so I turn with the ball thinking there's enough space for me to turn comfortably, and my player on the ball takes a touch which is so open it almost invites the tackle and loses the ball himself. Now they're saying, lads, that your players are more aware of what's around them, so when you turn, if he knows there's a player there, he'll try to keep it as tight as possible. Or hopefully, lads, if the ball's about to go out of play, they'll try to take it as, you know, tight as possible. And if there's a lot of space there, then they might take it as loose as possible, take it with the run and things like that. So hopefully they're more aware of not just, you know, defenders around them, but, you know, the ball about to go out of play, things like that. And, you know, being offside, like it said, you know, positioning themselves between the defensive lines. So hopefully that's the offside rule as well. So they'll try to keep themselves in an offside, well, sorry, not in an offside position, try to keep themselves onside for as long as possible and things like that as well. Obviously they mentioned the fact that dribbling is more fluid and smoother than ever. They're never going to say, lads, we've got a new dribbling system. You know, it's not as responsive as the last game, it's not as fluid, but hey, it's a new system. Obviously they're going to say it's, you know, fluid and better than before, so that was always going to be coming out there. So you can see here they're talking about new shooting mechanics, and I think that's like when they talk about including the motion of the ball slipping past the keeper's outstretched hands. I think it's almost kind of the goalkeeper comes out like a bit of a starfish and you can kind of slide it around him, just around him sort of thing, instead of aiming for the far corner. It could be that, or it could just be new animations, things like that, lads. You know what these guys are like with their fancy jargon and shit. So here's another one from the FIFA 18 playbook, lads, and I hope Konami do it better, because I think EA kind of just threw it in without any real thought. So when the ball goes out of play in FIFA, you hold L2 and it brings up a suggestion. So it could be, you know, take off Benzema for, I don't know, Asensio or whoever the other striker is on the bench, and you're thinking he's probably my best striker, I don't want to take him off, or he's one of the best players on the pitch, I don't want to take him off. And it only does that based on stamina, I think. Where PES, what I hope PES do is they give you pre-assigned slots, so you could have 4 planned ones before kickoff. So you could have, I don't know, for me as a Liverpool fan, I could say I want Lovrenov for, if I hold L2 and X and then press X, it could be Lovrenov for Matip. If I hold L2 and then press square, it takes off Mane for Danny Ings, or, you know, say Bobby Firmino for Danny Ings is a better example. If I hold L2 and then press circle, it takes off Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and brings on Emre Can. So you can see, like, I've set them ones before the game's kicked off, and then I can decide which one I want to trigger when the ball goes out of play. So I hope Konami have given us a bit more control in that sense, but at least it's a start, lads, that, you know, you can get players on and off the pitch without having to pause. I just hope they did a better job of it than EA did. Now, you can see they also talk about, you know, the full body touch and stuff like that, that's been enhanced. And like I said earlier, you know, they're a bit more aware of their surroundings, and, you know, it might have an impact on their first touch as well. So I hope that's the case there. If there's a defender on their back, they feel that bit more pressure and stuff like that as well. So they're talking about, you know, the first touches being a bit more enhanced and stuff like that. There's also talking about the improvements of making the ball move, you know, the actual ball movement itself more natural and varied. Again, I think that's just improved ball physics. And they're talking about, you know, how the posture of the players. Now, this is something which annoys me, because they've said this for the last few years. Now, when are we actually meant to take real notice of it? Because I thought that was already meant to be happening, but now they're talking about being introduced now. So it's like, what's been happening for the last few years then, if you're talking about, you know, your player has to be settled and things like that? Has that not been the case already? I don't know, lads. Maybe they're just saying it's getting better and better. That's all it is. And they're also saying, if you look at the bottom, lads, you know, the ball's going to come off the goalkeeper if he makes a save more naturally. So let's just say less scripted. Hopefully that's the case, lads. Because the amount of rebound goals in this game it's beyond a joke to say it's not scripted in that sense, or there's no momentum, whatever you want to call it, lads. They're trying to say, in other words, that they're kind of taking away the script or something. I hope that's the case anyway, lads. So moving on to the final gameplay enhancement, lads, and this could be huge if done properly for so many different ways. It just changes so many things, lads. So let's start off with the fact that people can't be just full pressuring you for 90 minutes and expect the same sort of drop-off level to your players who are just sitting back. So if you sit back and let them guys just kind of punch themselves out, you could be able to pick them off a bit later on in the game and get yourself back into the game like that. Or you could hold on to the ball, make the defenders run like crazy, then bring on fresh legs when they're a bit more tired, and then pick out the little spaces they leave behind. And they're saying that, you know, it's impacting how they play. So if you've got players that are tired, are they going to react to the ball in like certain situations a bit slower now because they're more tired, things like that. And if it's done properly, lads, it'll make people manage their game like a real football game. So they'll be like, lads, you know, I can press for the first 20 minutes, I'll have to slow down, otherwise my players will get too tired if I keep it throughout the first half like that. So then, you know, you'll see a slower end to the first half, or they could start off slow in the first half and go faster at the end of the first half, things like that, lads. It's game management becomes more of a sort of game winning thing there in that way. So if it's done properly, lads, that could be done huge. And we'll end it with a little bit of Master League news here, and that is you can now have pre-season tournaments, so you can actually kind of play with your team before you go into the main competition. You know, just tinker with little things here and there. And you can see at the bottom, lads, it says improved negotiation system, budget management, and all these other things like added resell and clean sheet options. So, you know, there's more depth into my club, Master League, that is there. So they haven't really given us too much of Master League yet. There will obviously be more news at E3, which is probably, I'd say, about a month away or so. I don't know when E3 is right now, actually. But anyway, guys, I didn't want to make this a really long video. I just wanted to kind of give you my sort of opinions on this, or my take on what we got from the news today. Lads, to be fair, I wouldn't say that I'm buzzing. I'd say that I kind of expected a bit more news, or, you know, the game is coming out at the end of August, by the way. So I think it's 28th of August in Australia and places like that, and 30th of August for Europe and the rest of the world. Something like that, lads. You'll see more official news on that. That's why, you know, the PES hype has already started quite early this year. But I don't know, I wasn't expecting loads of things, but I was kind of expecting a sort of transfer market this year in the My Club mode, where we can actually buy and sell players that we want. Maybe there could still be that, you know, we'll find out at E3. There could be more big news to come, more licenses and stuff like that will be heard about closer to the time, because we know Konami work with licenses even as the year goes on. So once PES is released, they still go get more licenses. That's more for Legends. We'll find out about team licenses and things more at E3, I think, because they're probably still working on getting them. But guys, let me know what you think of all the news we've heard so far. Let me know if you're looking forward to it. Let me know if, you know, anything. Let me know what your favourite food is. Actually, no, don't. This is a PES conversation. Forget your favourite food. No one cares about your favourite food. Although I like chicken nuggets. Yeah. Nuggets. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. If you did like it, lads, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Anything that you've heard of PES 19 related in the comment section, and I'll be sure to get back at you there, lads. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe. Until next time, guys. Peace!